Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm in a new town. Never been here before. Kind of excited. Blowing Rock, North Carolina. We're going to go take a little walk around Main Street here. Look at some of the storefronts, maybe some of the restaurants. Kind of see what this town has to offer. I gotta admit, really looking forward to that. My wife is not with me today because A, she doesn't like snow or cold. We got a little bit of both of that today. So I'm gonna be solo today. But I think once I walk around town and she sees some of the footage, what they have here to offer, maybe in the springtime when it warms up a little bit, maybe I can bring her up here and we can spend a little bit of time and do some stuff. So all in all, should be a fun day today. Let's go ahead and begin. Thank you for hanging out with me, man. I really do appreciate it. Let's go walk these snow-packed streets here in Blowing Rock and see what we can get into. So to start our video off, I parked back here close to the Blowing Rock American Legion building. And I'm glad I did because check out this cool Greetings from Blowing Rock mural right here. That is pretty awesome. You can actually see the rock itself up here in the top left. That is the actual Blowing Rock where the town gets its name, I do believe. But it kind of shows, each letter kind of gives you an idea of what Blowing Rock has to offer here. And that is pretty cool. Of course, over here in the K, you have skiing because Appalachian Ski Resort is just right down the road, and so is Tweetsy Railroad. That is pretty cool. So as you can see right here on my phone, Blowing Rock, North Carolina, it's 29 degrees at this moment and sunny. I'm going to tell you, when you are in the shadows like I am right now, it feels way colder than 29, and the low tonight is going to be 19. All right, coffee has been achieved right here at Camp Coffee Roasters here in Blowing Rock. Very nice little place. I got to say, they had a peanut butter cookie that really jumped out to me. That thing was huge. Cupcakes, etc. Different dessert items in there to go along with your coffees. So now that we got our coffee, I'm ready to start my walk. Let's go ahead and do it. Right across the street from where I bought my coffee is a restaurant called the Speckled Trout. And then you have another food option right here that's a little bit more well known, at least to me, the melon mushroom. I've seen quite a few of those in my travels. A lot of towns have melon mushrooms, and this is what Blowing Rock's melon mushroom looks like. It's always amazing how a good hot cup of coffee will just warm up your bones no matter how cold it is. That is quite tasty. Oh, I'm sorry, boy. It's cold out here today. You look frozen stiff. Here, this ought to warm me up. All right, now I made my way over here to the Blowing Rock Market, which they have North Carolina craft beer, Boar's Head Deli, and a wine shop, all located right here in this building. Pretty cool. They have a large pile of snow out here where they've been scraping. But look at this beautiful tractor right here. Look at this thing, man. That is awesome. Remember, my grandpa used to have a tractor very similar to this one, except the front, the wheels were a little bit different. Believe it or not, the wheels on his tractor used to both be like right beneath the engine, like right in the front. Always looked like a three-wheeler. And it looks like maybe they just put a brand new alternator on that motor. So right here is the entrance to the market. I seen this old Dr. Pepper cooler right here. Kind of struck me funny because from a distance I was like, what the heck is Batman's penguin doing on the side of this Dr. Pepper cooler? But maybe Batman's penguin and the actual Dr. Pepper, the doctor himself, looks similar to Penguin. I don't know. I've never noticed this before. Have you guys ever seen this art form before of Dr. Pepper? And am I wrong? Does it not look like the Penguin? That looks so much like the Penguin from the 60s, back on the Adam West, TV show. Now I made my way over here to Blowing Rock Town Hall. Says it was established in 1889. They still have quite a bit of their Christmas decor up on everything. Matter of fact, this tree right here in front of the town hall is The lights are still illuminated even though it's daytime. When you get close enough, you can actually see the lights gleaming and glistening, but not twinkling, Clark. This here is their Memorial Park. If you look on Google, it actually says Blowing Rock City Park, but they call it Memorial Park. Then I noticed they have like a, look at these steps. Gotta be careful right here, man. You'll bust it. You'll bust your booty. But right here is Blowing Rock Memorial Park. It says this park was originally the site of the Watauga Hotel, which was built in 1884 by J.G. Finley as the first hotel in Blowing Rock, later known as the Watauga Inn. The building was destroyed by a fire in the early 1900s, and again in 1926. The town of Blowing Rock purchased the property in 1939. So now, where the Watauga Inn used to sit, we have this cool park right here, which I think is really nice. There has been a lot of traffic out here. Just look at the snow, just how packed down it is and chunky all at the same time. If we look right across the road here from the park, on the corner of that brick building, you can see that little white box looking thing. Well, that's actually a camera, and you can access that camera on Blowing Rock's website or on YouTube, and it will give you live images of what's going on here at the Memorial Park here in Blowing Rock, North Carolina, which I love it. I love stuff, especially somewhere like this, because you don't know what the weather's like, especially in the wintertime. I mean, look at it. Some people don't like driving in snow and being around snowy, cold temperatures, so at least this way you can kind of check it out. But they got a lot of stuff here for kiddos. That is for sure. They got basketball courts over there. I actually started to vlog off right over there close to that tennis court in that area. So yeah, this is a really cool place. All right, right next to the Memorial Park, we have this little building. It's a cute little place right here. And this is the Blowing Rock Museum. Check that out. That is pretty epic. The museum is obviously closed due to snow. Ain't nobody been making their way inside there, but they do have this little information history placard right here called Stoneman's Raid. On a raid across western North Carolina, General A.C. Gillum led part of Stoneman's U.S. cavalry through this vicinity, March 28, 1865. Pretty cool little place. Kind of hate that it's not open. That would be so neat to go inside and be able to kind of browse around a little bit, but oh well. Right here in front of the Blowing Rock Museum, they have this cool little map. Give you kind of lay of the land of Blowing Rock, North Carolina. Where it was right here. Right here is the town hall. So we're kind of right here at Sunset Drive in Main Street where it connects. I'm going to make my way down here a little bit. Maybe down here in Moore Street area, and then turn around, come back up. And then I want to go down Sunset Drive just to kind of look around to see if there's anything down here. It's really cool to check out today before we get out of here. All right, this next structure I come to is called the Martin House. And it is actually a gallery of fine art there. They have candles, pottery, fine art, other goods. Cool little place maybe to go do a little shopping. And right across the street from that is a place many of us know about. It's Kilwins. Chocolate fudge and ice cream. Man, there ain't nothing better than a little bit of Kilwins. Not today, though. A little too cold for ice cream today, that's for sure. But they have one here in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. That's pretty neat. I wanted to make my way up here to see this bald man right here. The snowman. Of course, if he takes his hat off, you know he's bald, right? You know, all snowmen are bald-headed. But that's okay today because he's in the perfect spot. Not A, because it's 29 degrees and it snowed, but he's actually right next to the perfect place. One bald guy to another. Bald Guy Brew. That's right, a coffee shop right here. Now, I will say this, Frosty. You might not want to drink any of the coffee because it's hot unless you get cold brew. Just keep that in mind, my friend. No hot stuff. So if you're a fan of beef jerky, I would imagine Jerky Outpost might be where you need to go. Pretty cool. They got some more like little hidden shops back here in this little this little nook. We'll walk back here and check out some of these places, look at some storefronts. That's pretty funny right there. Almost Rodeo Drive. Not Rodeo Drive, but Rodeo Drive. They're actually referring the Sunset Boulevard store out in California and Los Angeles. Almost, but not quite. All right, my next stop is Southmark. Specialty stores open all year, it says. And it looks like they got quite a few stores here. If you look at this informational plaque, and I really like that clock up there. It's pretty epic looking. Pretty awesome. But one reason I walked down here is because from a distance I seen this like spire right here. I thought, how cool is that? It's like a lookout tower. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, we're going to cruise down through here. Oh man, this gives me the village vibes at Gatlinburg. That's what this kind of reminds me of. That's cool. Oh, it's the monkeys. Hey, hey, with the monkeys. We're always monkeying around. I remember that show. It might be before some of you's time. Right here is Oliver's Own Main Outfitters and Boutique. That's some really nice clothing options in there if you want something with blowing rock printed on it. I really like those. I like those like quarter zip pullovers. And as we get down here toward the end, this is called Grounded Works. Fine leathers, goods, and more. Right here in this spot. And these right here are actually two little storefronts that are vacant. But down here at the end, this place here looks like it's got some promise. Look at these toys that they have here. Tonka. Man, I've not seen Tonka printed on something in forever, which I don't hang out in toy stores, but it just gave me a flashback to my childhood. I remember some of my toys I had back in the day said Tonka toys on it. That was back when they used to make toys, you know, with metal. These days, I think most everything kids got today is all plastic. Oh man, this has got to be a sad thing right here. A gourmet sandwich cafe. Say cheese. Look at these grilled cheese sandwiches. They got some soup. Oh, man, that would be so delicious on a day like today when it's cold outside. They even got some pizzas. That says pizza on there. Yeah, all-American grilled cheese sandwich, $6.99. That's the world we live in. Almost $7 for a grilled cheese sandwich these days. Whew. All right, I made my way over here to Bullock and Traditions Pottery. Got some really cool pottery pieces right here. Very interesting looking. I like that a lot. Look at all these mugs they got up here, really cool. But right here is the reason I stopped, because I thought that is Butthead off of Beavis and Butthead from the 1990s cartoon on MTV. 100%. I can hear it now. Look at those teeth. I can hear him doing that stupid little laugh. Beavis, I'm in the pottery shop. The Six Pence restaurant and pub here in Blowing Rock. It's kind of a neat little place. This place here kind of stood out a little bit. There's some of their starters, some of their menu items they have on here. Soups and salads, some sandwiches, and public house specialties. Looking really cool, but the reason I noticed this place is, check out this cool looking, it's almost like a phone booth that you would see over in Europe. But yet, there's no phone inside. No. They just stuck a Christmas tree on the inside for decoration. Right here next to Sunset Teas and Hattery, I found this little placard right here. It says, established in 1955 by Sonny Klutz, the beloved Sonny's Grill was located on this site. The small concrete block building was the social epicenter for Blowing Rock for both locals and tourists alike. For 54 years, the grill was famous for its ham biscuits and served as the inspiration for the Main Street Grill in Jan Karen's Metford novels. So she's I don't know, I've never heard of her before. I don't read those books, but if you are a fan of Jan Karen's Metford novels, that's where the Main Street Grill come from, is Sonny's Grill. That's where she got the idea from. So I think that is really cool. I guess the big question is, like, what happened to the grill itself? They got this placard here. I don't know if it used to sit like right here where this patio area is for this restaurant, or is it this block building here? I don't really know. And you know, I actually asked one of the workers out here if they knew, and they said, I've never even read that before. So I don't know. If you ever heard of it before, definitely put in the comment section down below. Love to know a little bit more history about that, where it's said anyway. Obviously it was in this area, but I don't know if it was here or did it burn down, did something happen, not sure. But nonetheless, thought I need to address that. So right here at the Sunset Teas and Hattery, look at all the sleds that they got out here, different types of sleds you can buy, because it is the winter season and they do have some snow here in the areas. I remember these back in the day, riding these things down the streets. And actually I had a little sled like this, very similar to this one, like a two-person sled, except mine was orange. But anytime I see a sled like that, I always think of Christmas Vacation, when Clark Griswold, you know, puts that real slick spray on the bottom of the sled and he takes off going down that hill. That's what that reminds me of. Very, very funny moment in the movie. Oh, I like the name of this place and the artwork. Cup Crazed Cafe. Cocktails, dining, and bakery, Blowing Rock, North Carolina. And right here's my first sports store I've come to today. We're Good Sports, Blowing Rock, North Carolina. They have autographs, some gifts, memorabilia. Everything's represented in there. You're really close to Appalachian State, so I would imagine when you go inside there would be a lot of app stuff. I love the whole Mountaineer. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's kind of glared out if you guys can see it or not, but that's pretty neat looking. Then right up here we got the Tar Heels. We got like a totem pole. We have, ooh, look at that. Is that sure is. That is a Washington Commanders totem pole. Not the Indian no more. It's a Commander totem pole these days. This store here is called the Spice and Tea Exchange. And I did notice something that's probably not exactly structurally sound, and that's this sign right here. This is just barely hanging on. But yeah, they might want to come out here and reattach that. That is for sure. It looks like it just, something up there might have just rusted and fell apart. All right, there's one of those beautiful Cybertrucks. All right, so I'm walking down this little side street now, and that is the Memorial Park back there in the distance. And this is a place called Sunset and Vine. Has a California kind of a name to it, doesn't it? Sunset Boulevard, Vine. I think that's kind of cool. It says wine with altitude, wine and cheese. But I'm actually walking down this street today because I'm looking for a place called Hellbender. So we're going to go check that out. That's a place that I've always heard great things about, and somebody told me you can't go to Blowing Rock without at least showing Hellbender Bed and Breakfast. It's like a little restaurant right there that's supposed to have some awesome like gravy biscuits and breakfast items, and they got good burgers. They do a brunch, all that good stuff. Right here is Blowing Rock, North Carolina Brewing. This is the Ale House. Right here, sorry about that sunburst up there, but just wanted to call that out a little bit as we walk down this hill. I'm trying to focus on my steps and not bust my keister out here because, you know, it'd be kind of embarrassing right here in front of the Blowing Rock School Auditorium. All right, right here is Hellbender. This is really cool. It's like a little hotel and eatery. Has some really good food in here. They're known for their biscuits, by the way. People rave online about how good this place is when it comes to a good breakfast. They also have brunch. They got good looking burgers. That's what really attracted me, even though I am a huge fan of gravy biscuits. But yeah, maybe one of these days when I come back with my wife, this might be a place we might have to stop at and kind of hang out, go inside, get some food. My wife loves eating outside on a warm day. She would not like it today because it is anything but warm. But this is the location, Hellbender, here in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. I like the looks of it. All right, I had to stop here just for a minute just because of this really old looking rock work. That is pretty fascinating, especially this wall. Look at this wall. You just don't see walls like that every day. Looks like it really does have some age to it. And this is right out here in front of the inn at Ragged Gardens. The best seller, it says. Check that place out. That looks pretty cool. And then right here on the other side of their driveway, they have another one of these little historical markers here. It says originally constructed as a summer home, the property was operating as a boarding house as early as 1900. The home's exterior consists of American chestnut bark siding and grandfather mountain granite. How cool is that? The original 11-acre estate included a livery stable, servants' quarters, and 2 other residences. 1896. So if you didn't know, like I didn't, now we both know. That right there is a pretty cool looking property. And I really, what stood out to me was the rocks, just because you couldn't see a lot of caulk or any kind of cement holding a lot of them together down on the lower edges of it. It's like the top has quite a bit of caulk and stuff, but look, as the daytime heating goes on, even though it's still below freezing, look how the snow is kind of falling away from that rock down through there. All right, we are off and rolling now. We're leaving the downtown area of Blowing Rock, and we're actually headed toward the rock itself that Blowing Rock's named after. I think that's kind of a thing that we got to do before we leave the area. So let's head on. It's about 2 miles away to the actual Blowing Rock. All right, I've made my way up here to the welcome sign. Welcome to the Blowing Rock. We've been in downtown Blowing Rock, but now we're actually at the place itself, Blowing Rock. Check that out. That is pretty cool. Let's go out there and look at the Blowing Rock and see what it's all about. All right, I purchased my $10 ticket right inside this red door. They told me to walk out. And this is what we're dealing with here. This is as soon as you come out, you're going to have an overlook right here. They also gave me this cool little map that we can look at, kind of give you a lay of the land. Right over here is the entrance area. So there's a lot of trails and things to do here. But today, the main thing out here, I want to see the Blowing Rock itself. And I would like to walk over here and take you along with me to this observation tower. I think that would be some really beautiful views over there. And then when you just flip it over to the other side, they give you the legend of the Blowing Rock. Okay, when you walk out here, you actually have a few viewfinders for 25 cents. You can take on the beautiful views here at this overlook. And I gotta say something, this is beautiful out here. This is so pretty. Look at those snowy mountaintops off in the distance. Oh my gosh. This is gorgeous. Breathtaking views up here. All right, check out this awesome overlook area, and right there in the middle of the screen, that is the Blowing Rock. See that little overhang action it's got going on? That is it. This is the Blowing Rock. And it's really cool because they have the story or the legend of these Indians here, you know, which gives you, where the Blowing Rock name come from is actually this story right here. It's just written very small. But all in all, it's pretty much about this Indian, this fair maiden. She's actually up here on the rock, and she's piercing down, looking down here in the woods below, and she sees this Cherokee warrior walking through. And out of a flirtational way, she shoots an arrow at him. I don't know if that is flirtation or not. I don't know. Cupid does it, so maybe it is. And he eventually comes up here and serenades her with songs of his homeland and things like that. So they have a little relationship together. And then all of a sudden, one day, the sky, even though it's blue right now, becomes very red. And he thinks that's a sign for him to head home, back to the plains where he belongs, where his tribe is, to go help him out. So as the story goes, the maiden begged the brave not to go back to the plains because she loved him so much. He was torn between staying here with her and going back to the plains. He felt like it was a sign because of the reddening sky. So being the way he was, he leapt off the rock into the wilderness down below because he was unable to make a decision, taking his own life more or less. The grief-stricken maiden prayed daily to the Great Spirit until one evening, when the reddening sky came again, a gust of wind blew her lover back onto the rock and into her arms. And to this day, Blowing Rock's mysterious winds causing even snow to fall upside down. It's why they call this place Blowing Rock. I know that's a little hokey, but there you go. That's kind of an outline of the story. I'll be honest with you, it was kind of a tough read. I had to kind of, I had to change it up just a little bit, just where I could understand it. All right, this way is the observation tower. So that's where we're going to head to now. Let's walk out here to the observation tower and have a little look. And right here they have a annex snack and gift shop area here if you like fountain drinks, hot dogs, hot beverages, popcorn, ice cream, and fresh coffee. Located right here. They also have some restrooms here close by. But I'm just going to keep on moving. So I want to check out this observation tower or deck. I like it that they've scraped this sidewalk right here. I would imagine that might be pretty slick. I have to take my time walking up through here because it's just ice, so cold. All right, we're doing it. And right there it is. This is looking to be epic. Man, as soon as you walk out here, you can immediately feel the breeze. Wow, this is cool. Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful. Oh man, look at that view. Look at that view. Whew. That is fantastic. And you know, the weird thing I'm going to tell you, we talked about the story and they talked about the snow, blowing, like coming upside down. There is definitely a breeze that I can feel here, like coming up, So heck yeah, Blowing Rock. Must just be just something to do with these mountains and how things are kind of shaped in the nethers down there that causes the wind to blow up. I actually heard a story many, many years ago when I was a kid. And they said that people would bring handkerchiefs up here. And they would actually take a handkerchief and throw it off, which would be frowned upon today because people would freak out, you throwing stuff off of an overlook like this. But yeah, the handkerchief would actually blow up, blow back up here to you. So that is pretty cool. Man, this is epic. And man, that wind, I'm telling you, is something cold. So I got to tell you something right now. That right there, that overlook is gorgeous. That is worth coming up here, if nothing else. If there's no other reason to come to Blowing Rock, that overview right there, that overlook, that is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. What a gorgeous, gorgeous view that is. I wonder what's the odds of us walking up here to get a little peek without, getting hurt. Hopefully it'll be pretty good. Just kind of walk where other people walk, It's pretty packed down, so it's not a bad walk if you walk up this way. Just don't try to walk over from that side because I don't think that's a good way to do it. So we're gonna, yeah. And there we go. We made it. The top of Blowing Rock, right there it is. Check it out. They got like a little marker up there. It's funny because there's like a little arrow on it. Is that where the maiden shot her arrow down below to the Cherokee Brave? This is fantastic. Look at those mountain ranges. God, that's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous out here. Whew. All right, let's climb down from here and be very careful. All right, that was awesome. What a cool day this was today. Coming up here to Blowing Rock. That was fantastic. And oh man, check out this cool little Humpty Dumpty looking snowman they got out here. Check this out. Yeah, man, they even got a carrot for a nose and everything. So this was well worth coming out here and paying $10. Now, if it was not snow everywhere, I would have definitely walked those trails. That would have been a lot of fun, been really cool. But all in all, I had a great day. That was $10 well worth spent for those views. They were beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Learned a little bit about the mythos behind Blowing Rock. Didn't really know that neither, but that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I had a great time out Blowing Rock, the downtown walkthrough, and coming up here to the Blowing Rock, the actual rock itself. I think that was a lot of fun. I didn't feel like I could make a Blowing Rock video without coming to the actual Blowing Rock. Even though it's like almost 3 miles outside of the main town area. You have to drive down here on 321. Really easy to find. They got a big sign out front that says Blowing Rock this way, and then it's just a short drive off the actual 321 to get to it. So really easy. Hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. Until next time, friends, I am the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I'll see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe. Hope to see you all again very soon. Now it's time to go get warm because it is cold, as you notice. I don't got my gloves on. That was a mistake. I'm telling you, shouldn't do that. Ain't that right, Frosty? All right. Until next time, see you later. Beautiful mountains. It was nice.